Hi there, I wanted to make a quick review in three music stores that you should check out if you ever come to Seattle. And even if you don't come to Seattle and you really are crazy about guitars, you should definitely check them out online because they have a presence online. I remember browsing the web and trying to find used guitar shops that I could enjoy visiting and struggling to find something interesting. But through these few years that I've been living here in Seattle, I've discovered a couple jewels that I truly enjoy, and I would like to talk to them so that you guys can enjoy them as well. I would like to say that I'm not affiliated to any of them, and they are not. I'm not getting paid. They don't know that I'm making this review. This is more of me trying to share this wisdom with other musicians who may enjoy visiting and getting something cool there. So the first one that I wanted to talk about, it's the Trading Musician. It's kind of like one of these epic music stores of Seattle that everybody knows around here, where you can buy and sell your used stuff. I think they only do used gear. They do guitars, basses, drum. They have a huge drum section as well. They have amps, pedals, anything you name it. They have some vintage. And I would like to tell you a few things about this place. They are open 7 days a week. They're never closed, so big chance that you can visit on Saturday or Friday or whatever. They're extremely friendly, which is, I thought it was as cool as it gets, because you can go there, you can talk to them, ask them about their guitars. I don't know, it's a very pleasurable experience just going there to check out their instruments. I'm there from time to time myself, just because it's cool, and sometimes you find out jewels, missing jewels that you can not find anywhere else. Okay, so a little bit about what I perceive is the philosophy of this store. They only do, like I said, used gear, and they do all prices, but you can find most of their stuff is very reasonably priced. I feel they like having rotation rather than trying to get a very expensive price out of the instruments they sell. So I would call this to be eBay priced, or Craigslist, between eBay or Craigslist priced. So it's not like sometimes you get to a used store and the price is like way higher because they have to pay for location and blah blah blah. I have no idea how these guys manage, but their prices are really they are very reasonable. They have a really great luthier. So I think they told me, or I don't know if it's in their website, which is, I think it's the tradingmusician.com or something. If you Google it, you'll find it for sure. I'm gonna leave the link on the description for everybody to see. So if the guitar you're buying from them is over $300, they will do a fret work in it. Not after you buy it, but before. So most of the guitars you see on the store have really nice fret work already. So anything you play there is probably not gonna fret buzz or anything. It's gonna play good. The other thing is, like I said, you can just come with your guitar and see how much they are gonna give you, or negotiate a little bit. They are super cool, so negotiating is also a nice thing to do there, and not awkward at all. So I encourage you to do so and ask them, hey, how much you'll give me for this one, or and not feel ashamed, because that's what they do. Again, the name of the shop is the Trading Musician. What else? They seem to be specialized, or maybe not. I don't know if they're specialized, but consistently what I see is the guitars they have are usually not vintage. They are more like from the 90s till contemporary now. You can find anything, but mostly you find this type of guitars that are fairly affordable, meaning within between $300 to $1,000, $1,500. That's mostly what I think they usually have in their inventory. They take PayPal, credit card, etc. Their website is usually actualized, so if you get there, you're gonna see their inventory, and you can call them, pay through the web, they ship it right to you. So that's really cool. What I really like is that they have a lot of rotation. So if you check their website consistently, you'll see that they get new guitars, very often, and that's kind of like a vice. So it's just cool to watch. What else? What else am I missing? They do acoustic guitars as well. They do a number of string instruments. I think they do ukuleles and all this fun stuff. Acoustic guitars, classical guitars, a little bit of everything. They have, from time to time, like I said, they have jewels, and they almost never, I would say actually, even on the risk of making a bad generalization, they never overpriced anything, which is, I think, a great way of running a store, because that keeps people coming back. When you see that they start, pumping up the prices, is less appealing. But if you see they are reasonable, even if there's, like I said, more rotation, you want to be there. You want to be the first one to find the deal. So that's for you, the trading musician here in Seattle. Another store, and that, by the way, I think it's in around Ballard, Green Lake, North Seattle. Another store I wanted to talk about that I really like a lot too, and it's also used guitars, is Emerald City Guitars. Same deal here, Emerald City Guitars. I don't work for them. They don't know I'm making this video. I don't really know them personally either. Just I know them a little bit, just because I go from time to time to the store and I see what they've got, and that type of thing. But I don't really have any affiliation or anything. Okay, so let's talk about them a little bit. This shop has a completely different setting and philosophy as to the previous one I just mentioned, the trading musician. They are completely different animals. So Emerald City is mostly specialized in used vintage guitars. What I mean by this, you can find Strats from the 60s in really good condition. You can find really ancient Les Pauls that are, great. You can find also the classic beaten up instrument that's way less expensive because of this. So there's a lot going on there, but mainly you're gonna find high-end used vintage guitars. You have a little bit of everything. You'll find things more current. You'll find brands, weird brands, or unusual brands from Japan maybe, or from custom builders. But mainly, you're gonna get into the classics, right? You're gonna find Fender, Les Paul, Fender, Gibson, PRSs, things like this. Their prices are all right, but they are definitely not cheap. And this comes along with the fact that they are a very specialized guitar store that works in vintage. Another reason why I think they are not cheap. I'm not saying they are expensive or crazy or over the top or anything. I mean that they cannot compete with Craigslist, for instance. However, and this is a big however, there's two reasons why you should still definitely check them out. The first one is, if you're gonna buy a vintage instrument and they are gonna charge you $500 more, maybe, right, than somebody on Craigslist or eBay, but you can get to play the instrument first, man, that's huge. Because especially with vintage guitars, we're talking about a guitar that may be 40, or guitars that may be between 30 to 50 years old. They might have been through a lot, or maybe through nothing. You never know. But you do know something. If you play it and it sounds good and it feels good, that is your guitar. And $500 is gonna be well worth being able to physically get the instrument, play it. Another thing is they are located in downtown Seattle. Again, it's Emerald City Guitars, which means that their location is pricey, but it's really easy to find. They're very centric, and that is definitely something to be considered, because you can, if you're in downtown, there's no excuse not to just walk in and see what they've got. They also do have a lot of rotation. They are very nice guys. They are very attentive, and they really worry about their clientele, which is something I really appreciated. Their luthier is really, really, really good, as well as in the previous story I talked to you about, the trading musician. In the case of Emerald City Guitar, is a female, and her work is just fantastic. I mean, I don't think I've played a single guitar there, and I've been there quite a few times, that didn't play anything below fantastic. It's just a very pleasurable experience. And like I said, it really makes a difference, the fact that they are very nice and approachable people, not just, cold type of seller who wants you in and out and that sort of thing, which I think is also great business, a great business model, because it will keep me coming, and it will keep other folks who are crazy about guitars coming as well. They also have a website, and according to them, they update it every day, which I believe it, because I check it from time to time, and it seems fairly up to date. I don't remember right off the bat if they open all 7 days of the week like the trading musician does, but they do open Saturdays for sure, because I've been there pretty much only on Saturdays. It's the day that I get to spare more time out. And again, they just renovated the shop. They made it bigger. They bought something or they rented the one that was next door. So that now they have a bigger section just for acoustics, which is really good, really nice. And I will encourage you guys to take a look at it. I believe they also take PayPal, credit card, anything. Oh, by the way, both of these shops have a presence on Reverb, I believe, and eBay. I believe both of them have a presence, each one of them. So you can follow them and their new arrivals. If you have an account on eBay or Reverb, you can save them as a seller, and you get updates on everything they released. I don't know that they had so many pedals as the trading musician, because like I said, I think they're very specialized on vintage. But I have to tell you, every time that I go there, it's just like being in Candyland. They have such an incredible collection that you wouldn't believe it. The other day I played an early 60s Strat, and it was like, I kind of felt like it was piecing up a part of history or something. And if you're wondering why am I wearing their t-shirt, again, it's not because they paid me, it's just they were nice enough to give me one. And since I'm making a review, I thought it was only fair that I will display a little bit of their kindness. So these are my best favorite guitar shops in Seattle, which you should definitely check out, even if you're not from Seattle, or if you don't live in Seattle, because they are very reliable. Sometimes when I'm consider buying something that's used and it comes from a shop, I kind of worry whether it's gonna be legit, or if there's any trouble, if they're gonna stand behind their product and all. And I have to say, I've had only good experiences with these guys. In Emerald City, I bought, I think, a Yamaha hollow body FG 1500, if I'm not mistaken. And the guys gave me a great price. I was telling you before that their prices are not necessarily cheap, but guess what? I got the one, and it was not cheap, but it was in the cheaper range that you could find in places like eBay. So I was very pleased. It was like new, it's a big deal. It was a great experience. And the other guys, the guys at the Trading Musician, they, like I said, they also get you good prices, really good prices. Like what I bought a classical guitar a few months ago, and they threw in a case for absolutely no reason, a Herschel case, which they didn't have to do, and they, And I remember that something that I bought, I was having some issues, and I came to them. They actually spent the time, and they seemed happy to do it. Like not like we have to go away. No, you could tell that the guys stand behind it. So I feel it's really safe and really just a cool experience to get to these places and check out what they've got. So this is my review on the Seattle's flagship music stores, in my humble opinion, the Trading Musician and Emerald City guitars. If you are from here, or you think I'm missing a cool store that you'd like me to review, feel free to leave a comment or just leave a comment. I guess it will be the fastest or easiest way. And I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.